All right, 7 minutes. Let's see. Everybody comes in here, put a hashtag. TGIF. Put hashtag TGIF like that if you want. We're gonna have an adapter. We'll do one giveaway here. We're gonna be on Whatnot where we have like giveaways every 10 minutes. But since we're over here on YouTube and Facebook, I'm gonna go ahead and give you one of my adapters. It's $19.99. Give you a little sample of seeds. So as we get started, when people start coming in here, if y'all are interested in one of those, just put hashtag TGIF. And we're going to be getting set up on Whatnot. We're not going to be on very long tonight. It's going to go by really quick. Tiffany, how are you doing? And I'll say hey when you pop in. What's growing? Hey, right now, got a bunch of microgreens. And we just took a bunch of these and planted them out in our hydroponic system outside too. So we have a lot more of that. We've got the tatsoi, cilantro, cress, parsley, what else? Basil, all growing up. So we're gonna get that going, and as it starts growing, we're gonna go ahead and film it and do a video. But it's awesome weather here. How's the weather where everybody's at? It's like just cool down. Y'all, everybody who's popping in here, put hashtag TGIF. Let me see if I can pop up the giveaway tool. There's 3 entries. That's going to be one here on YouTube and Facebook. So y'all popping in YouTube and Facebook. Great. Doing great, Tiff. Awesome. And what's going to happen is I'm going to put the giveaway tool up here. We're going to get started on Whatnot. I've got a little QR code there if y'all want to join Whatnot, and I pinned a comment on YouTube up at the top. If you go on over there, you get $15 credit, and we're going to be bidding on some of the adapters and that. You guys can watch from here if you want. If you don't want to go over there, you can just watch from here. And if you do go over there, you get a $15 credit. You don't have to use it in my shop. You can use it anywhere over there. So it's like free 15 bucks. But we're not going to be on long tonight because if you guys saw my video earlier, I put one of the kits together. It's got a microgreen grower. It's got 7 adapters. It's got nutrients. It's got seeds, microgreen seeds. It's got your clay pebbles. It's just a starter kit, and we put that together. So I put it up on Etsy, and we only have a limited number of those, so we've got to pack those. So we don't have a whole lot to sell tonight, just whatever we've got left. Charlotte, what's up? So we're going to be getting started over there, and if y'all want, like I said, I've got one of these adapters, which we use to grow these microgreens and that, on the giveaway here. And as soon as I start up, what do you call it? Whatnot. We have a giveaway over there like every 10 minutes. So the people who aren't on Whatnot, I'll do one on here as we get started when I'm getting their stream set up. Usually when I get their stream set up, I go ahead and start a giveaway so the people who are popping in just have something to do. So when they're saying hello and they're in a giveaway, I'm going to have a giveaway here too. So anybody that's new is popping in. If you want to be in the giveaway, just put hashtag TGIF. I think I was on it. There's 4 entries, and I think I was one of them. So you got a good chance of winning. Oh, and it's got to be US too. Let me see if I can pop the giveaway tool up here. So I'm going to get my other stream. I got to turn another camera on and get my Whatnot stream going. I'm going to get a giveaway going for them. And then when theirs pops up and it says to have a giveaway, you guys won't be able to see it from here, but I'll do them both at the same time. So in just a minute, I'll go ahead or we'll let a couple more people come in here and jump in it. And if anybody's got questions about like microgreens, usually when we start the show over there, we start talking about that first. I have a video playing showing how we use adapters. and then you'll be able to see some plants on there where we take these and transfer those into other containers. Like I have a hydroponic system up on the wall, and I just planted that out today. It only took about an hour, and I've got 6 times 9, 54 plants, planted out in less than an hour. So it's really easy to do. Lorinda, how are you doing? And Charlotte, hashtag TGIF. Yep, just like that. And then what's going to happen is over here, that's why I don't have too many giveaways over here. Over here, whoever wins the giveaway, you have to email me, and I'll put my email up here when we have that. Let me get that. Let me get the Whatnot stream started. If I don't start it on time. How's your wife doing? She's okay. She's resting right now. She had her last round of the really bad treatment 2 days ago. So she's getting a lot of rest. Thank you for asking. Let's see, go live. What's up, everyone? Switch around here. There we go. All right, guys showing up here on Whatnot. There we got Whatnot going. You guys on Whatnot, I'm going to start a giveaway. She's in my prayers. Thank you very much. We really appreciate that. It's just tough carrying on and doing all the stuff that we need to do when you just want to like curl up in a little ball, right? But yeah, she's resting right now. That's why this is just going to be a short stream. All right, Whatnot. 1 second, I'm getting you guys set up on here, and I'm going to start a giveaway. So everybody's piling in here. Get ready for the giveaway. And guys on Whatnot, y'all want to start with seeds, a packet of seeds. You've got 8 different seeds, or do you want to do an adapter? Over on YouTube and Facebook, I'm giving away an adapter and a packet of seeds. So you guys on Whatnot, you start popping in here, say if you want an adapter or if you want seeds, and I'll start a giveaway. Hey, yo, how you doing? Mac Attack. Josh, what's up, Josh? Ultimate Pause. What's up? David May, how are you doing? Candace. Divine. Alrighty, guys. Go on seeds, adapter, seeds, adapter. All right, let's see. Let's start both of them with an adapter, and then I'll do seeds on the next one, all right? So every 10 minutes, we'll have a little guy will pop up here. So I'll do an adapter for both. I'll do one for YouTube and Facebook and one for y'all. Adapter sent to New Zealand. Yeah, this is only in the US. Sorry about that. All right, guys, I'm going to get you guys on Whatnot, YouTube, Facebook. You guys just have to put hashtag TGIF in the chat, and you're going to be in the drawing. Giveaway adapter. And guys on Whatnot, we're not going to be in here for too long. Oh, shit balls. All right. All right, giveaway's going over here on Whatnot. Let me see how many people over here. 7 entries. All right, guys, 5 minutes. We're going to draw this, all right? And then we're going to get started. We're going to be talking about microgreens. So when you guys are coming in here, tell me if you've been here before. And if you know about microgreens, or do I need to explain what we're doing? Or do we get right into the auctions and everything? All right. This little video is playing in 10 minutes. A little gnome's going to pop up and say giveaway time. When that happens, we'll go ahead and give away the seeds, all right? Have been on here before. Been here before. Been here before. All righty. All right, cool. So I'll give this like the quick rundown. We won't have to get really into it. City Child, let's see, new. Okay, we'll talk about it like the real condensed version. And tomorrow night we'll be on longer. Do you have micro leek seeds? No, I don't have leek seeds. I can look into that. And tomorrow we'll have a longer session where we actually do demonstrations. I've actually got a bunch of containers and bottles and that cleaned out, and I need to replant. So tomorrow when we start, we're going to have a demonstration. We'll put them together. We're going to be doing some in the baking dishes, like these big ones, and then we'll do some of the, look how big this amaranth has got here, guys. If you guys have been coming in here for a couple of weeks, you guys have seen this when it was just a tiny microgreen, right? YouTube and Facebook, you can see that? Look how big that's getting. See, you can see the bottle back there, right? See the brown bottle right here? That's because that's refillable. See, we've got a refillable one right here. That's because this is refillable. And we put that in there like that. It uses up the nutrients. When it does, then we go on over, take this out, refill it, and pop it back in. So that's what we used right there on that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a couple of boxes like the kits. If you guys saw my videos, I showed you the kits like we've been selling. Do you sell microgreen seeds? No, I don't. Not the leeks. I can look into it. What I do is I order in bulk so I can get you all a good deal. So I have to look at like what the price is and where we can get it, and availability and all of that. But what do you call it? We do the microgreen seeds. And we grow them inside of just about any container with these adapters. I'm going to show you all these different ones that we've got. And this is what's in the kit. It's so that you can use just about any bottle. If you go into your recycling bin, just about any bottle that you have, we're going to have an adapter for. And if we don't have one, we're working on it right now. So we might have to make a couple of different ones because there's a bunch of different size bottles. So these are the most popular ones. But anyhow, all of these adapters make your containers, whether it's a baking dish like this, that's just a regular baking dish, right? That's a Gatorade bottle. And it just uses this adapter, a Gatorade adapter. So it just used that. We set it up and you cover it up. You're going to watch me putting them together back here. I'm going to show you how to do it in just a minute. And what happens is you cover it up, let it go for 3 or 4 days until the seeds germinate, and then you uncover it and just let it go. And then you've got your stuff it's just basically set it and forget it. It's this awesome little system. The ones that are, if you're just going to eat microgreens, like to this point, you can harvest these right now and just eat them, and you really don't need to do the refill. If you want to grow these out a little longer and then take them and move them into bigger containers, if you watch on here, you're going to see a bunch of plants. I'll point it out to you in a minute, but you can see me putting it together right here. So you just put the adapter on, flip it into your container. That's a baking dish. I went up to the thrift shops and I got a bunch of baking dishes for $1.99 because my wife didn't want me stealing all her baking dishes, right? We just put in some grow medium. It's called clay pebbles. It's porous. It's really light. I use gravel too. These were used with gravel. I'll show you that in a second. This gravel is a little cheaper. And all we do is wet it down. That's just plain water on there. Sprinkle a little bit of seeds. And then you see me cover it up. Now I use a little bit of nutrients. And that's what we're going to put in our kits. I've got some nutrients here. That's enough to make 5 gallons. And that's because I can grow mine out bigger like this. If you're just growing with water, there's no way you're going to grow your plants out this big. If you're growing with just water, you're just going to get to the microgreen stage, which is 7 to 10 days, and then you're going to harvest. Right there, you can see that's about the point when you go ahead and pull the foil off and you uncover them. They're only little sprouts like that, right? See, that's radish. This is radish right here. So in about a week, you're going to have radish like that, and you can harvest those, start all over again, just keep the cycle going and going, or you can let them get a little bigger like this, which is what I like to do. So when you kind of look at all the microgreens you can grow on there. Now the next one you're going to see is how we take this and we put them into bigger containers than that. So I think we'll have the Gatorade bottle. Let me show you. Let me see how much longer. Who won the giveaway when I was running my mouth? Who's that? Arm Stew? Congratulations. And then you guys over here on YouTube, do you use full strength newts? I do. First time in a live chat, I'm usually working. Oh, cool. I've never done microgreens before. Let's see, but I have done the hydroponic. Oh, cool. So you've done this is just like the beginning of the hydroponic system. Blessings and love to you. Thank you very much, Whitebird. I appreciate that. Hey Shirley, how you doing? All right, guys, put hashtag TGIF over here on YouTube and Facebook. I'm gonna have a drawing really quick. All right. Let me see if I can share that. You guys on Whatnot, got any questions about the microgreens, put it in there. Otherwise, we're going to put a box together. This is going to be a real quick show. We don't have a whole lot of boxes because I put a video out and we had a lot of sales today. So I've got to wait for more supplies to come in. So we're going to have a couple of boxes and then we might do some sudden death, which we did the other night. We'll just put these up and start them at $1 or $2 and just do 5 seconds. And you'll pick up a bunch of these for like a couple of bucks a piece. And then these bundle. So you see the price down below. And I think this is about 4 to 7 ounces. What it'll do is it'll go up to 5 pounds and it'll keep it. So you can start bundling. So it'll put a bunch of them into, I think you can get 10 or 11 into one box and still pay just $9.21 for shipping. Shirley, you got to put hashtag TGIF with the little pound sign, like hashtag TGIF. All right. Let's see. Join. Everybody's coming in here on Whatnot. We're going to be, let's see, Pamela, he will run the auctions, and I believe he will. Yeah, I have them on Etsy. So Pamela was auctioning. How did we purchase first time? Yeah, I'm going to have an auction really quick. Does water need to be just below the surface of it? Yes, exactly. And that's what we do. You'll see it on here when we're putting it together. See how the water stays at a constant level right there? And then when you put this in, you want this up above the level of the water. And that's what keeps everything right here. So you can see that right there, the level of the water will be down in here. So your grow medium has to be up above it. This cilantro, guys, now you can take these out and you can take these and transplant them. See if I just yank one out here. Transplant these and you can grow full cilantro plants. You can have all the salsa you want, right? So you saw me just pull that out. That's what when you see the bigger plants on here, you'll see a bunch of them. That's just taking these. You don't have to worry about soil and everything. It comes out just that clean. And we plant them out. So that's on my channel. If you guys got any questions, if you purchase anything, you're going to get one of these. And it's a sticker, so you can put it in like a notebook or anything. And one of these is a playlist that goes to all my YouTube videos. So if you got any questions, you can go to that. And the other one is just a QR code to my Amazon shop. And that's where you can find more of the clay pebbles, the nutrients, and all the other stuff that we use. So we're going to put together something so that you guys have a starter pack. Let me draw this on Facebook and YouTube real quick. And let's see, we got a winner here, right? We're going to have another, we're going to have seeds given away in just a second here, guys. There we go. All right, when I go to start putting this box together, I'll explain it a little bit more. This right here is going to be a giveaway for the people on Whatnot. See, if you guys are on Whatnot, every 10 minutes we have a giveaway, so you got to get over to Whatnot. Whatnot, I'm going to put this up. This is 8 seeds, 8 packets of seeds. If you guys have been here before, you know this is all portioned for one about this size. So you don't have to worry about anything, right? All right, takes all the guesswork out of it. I'm going to start that, and now I'm going to put a box together. And like I said, this is going to go quick, guys. We only have a few boxes to do tonight. And I've got to, because we got blown out on the microgreen growers. All right, whatnot, giveaways going, YouTube, Facebook. Let me share my screen. Giveaway tool. All right, y'all can see that. Ready? Everybody cool? Here we go. And my name's in there because I was putting hashtag TGIF. If I win, I'll draw again. Tiffany. Tiffany, you won. Congratulations. Tiffany, here's my email address. Let me find it. Right here. Tiffany, can you see that? That's my email address. So if y'all see Tiffany, hey, how are you doing? How do I say that? Is that Sai? Yes, thanks. All right, just email me and I get your address and I get that shipped off to you, all right? All right, guys, I'm going to be on Whatnot now, so I might not see some of the comments. Y'all pop on over there. All right, Whatnot. Let's put a box together. We've got 3 minutes. Let's see. Cheers, y'all. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Jay. How are you doing? Congrats, Tiffany. Yeah, Tiffany won over there on YouTube and Facebook. We got all kinds of stuff going. All right, guys, we only have a few boxes, and then we're going to have sudden death, which is just if you want to pick up a couple of these for just a couple of bucks. And last week, that's what we had. Somebody bought a box, and they picked up a bunch more of these, like 4 more. We didn't actually do these. We did the hybrids, but I think my son printed out a couple of each of them that we can do. So let's get a box together. Like I said, we're only going to have a couple of these tonight. But if everybody's just watching this up here, it's to grow microgreens. It's a superfood. Everybody needs to eat microgreens. You can grow them out and eat them just like this. This is about the size that you grow microgreens to, right? And then you trim them and eat them. But what I like to do is grow mine out bigger. My adapter allows you to grow them out bigger. So you get a lot more for your money, right? If you're growing just microgreens and you just grow tiny seeds, you end up spending a whole lot of money on seeds. This way you can grow them out a little bit bigger. Like if you're trying to grow cilantro, it's kind of tough to keep your cilantro growing in a soil-based system. You have to baby it a lot. This, you just leave it. This is with the Gatorade bottle. So I'm going to show you all the different adapters. I'm going to explain what goes in this box. We're going to do it quick, and then we're going to auction it off, and then I'm going to pack another one. Maybe 3, all right? And I'm not going to explain it like the second time every single adapter. I'm going to explain it to you right now. All right, first we're going to give you a microgreen grower. This one's got a humidity dome. And this is what we use to grow our peas shoots. This is easy. You don't need my adapter for this. All you need is this tray. There's no grow medium. There's no nutrients or anything. This is what the chefs like. Let me show you this. Right? They pull that off. They put that on your plate. See the little tendrils? That tastes like peas if you eat it. Right? They toss that on your plate. They charge you an extra $10 because they think they're fancy. Now look, you can have that many. You can be fancy with your friends when your friends come over to eat. And this, like I said, was really easy. You guys see me doing it up here in a big tray. This way you can start with a smaller tray. Basically, you're just taking your peas, taking your tray, put it in there, soak it overnight, the next night, and not in the bag, take it out of the bag, right? The next night, take it out here and then rinse it twice a day for a couple of days. The roots will start coming out at the bottom, which you saw in that other one. Then all you do is fill up the bottom with water until it touches the roots. Before you know it, you can have a bunch. Oh, here goes the winner, and then we're gonna pack this box. This first one with seeds. Who is that? Candace. Congratulations. Winner number 1. All right, so we're going to put one of those in here. We're going to put some of the clay pebbles that you see is putting it together. That's enough to get you started. This nutrients, that's enough for 5 gallons. All you have to do is put 1 teaspoon per gallon. So this is really easy to mix. All right, we're going to put, you guys can see me putting these together. There's a bunch of different baking dishes, and that's a Gatorade bottle. I'll show you that in 1 second. We're gardeners and that our friends, when we first asked what jars and bottles and that you have, they all said mason jars. So we made these. These are called hybrids because there's an adapter in the middle. These are 2 for 1. There's 2 in here and there's 2 in here. So you can either take it and use a ball mason jar. That's a regular mouth. Or like we do here in the South, everybody drinks a sweet tea in a wide mouth, right? So that's what you see us putting together back here. Here's the bigger plants, guys. That's pak choi. That was grown from seed to a stage about like this, planted out. That's Swiss chard, basil, there's broccoli and amaranth, and we're just transplanting them. Here's different stages, right? So you don't have to do it all at once, so you don't have everything come in at once and you wonder what you're going to do with it. So you just plant a couple out every week. And this is with milk jugs. That's just this. You don't have to get anything fancy. So we just transplanted these guys into here, which I show on my channel, and you grow full heads of pak choi. Isn't that awesome? So this one, right? Your mason jars. Both of these have a little adapter in the middle too. That's why we call it the hybrid. There's the peas in the little microgreen drawer. All right. So you can either use your mason jar or it fits these Coke bottles. Figure everybody's got these, Coke, Sprite, Mountain Dew, whatever, right? You probably have a ton of these sitting in your recycling bin that you throw away every week, right? Now you can start growing food. So we're going to put both of those in there. Now we've got refillable ones. People asked if you could refill it because these you can't refill, right? But if you're just growing it to the microgreen stage, you don't need to refill it. If you want to grow it out like this one, see that amaranth? Then you're going to need to refill it. And that's what we have right there. Is this one fits your long neck bottles. When it's done, take it out, refill it, and just pop it back on there. After we sell a couple of these, if you guys want to stick around, I've got to refill one of these in here somewhere. I'll go ahead and show you. I think this one right here needs refilling, and you guys can watch me refill it. All right? So that's your refillable. This one's a refillable one for the Coke bottles. So if you want to use your Coke bottles, if you got a bunch of these sitting around and you want to do it where you can refill it and grow your plants out longer, you've got one of those. The ones you saw me doing on there, I said the Gatorade bottle. This one was one of my favorites. My son made this because he was drinking Gatorade. See how easy that goes on there? Right? And he said, hey, Dad, these are real tough. Look at that. You know, these bottles are like real flimsy. Right? How long is that going to last? But this will last a good while. So he went ahead and made this. And after he did, we were getting some more juice. We were down there and we said, hey, a lot of those bottles look like they have the same size lid. So we got some cranberry juice. And sure enough, this big bottle fits on there. So if you want to do a big tray like a 1020 tray, you can use something like that. So if you go down the juice aisle, this one adapter will fit a whole lot of them that are down there. In fact, this one right here, this radish, holy moly, look at this. That right there is a V8 juice bottle. I don't know if you guys can see it back here on whatnot. This little V8 bottle. Look at all that. Isn't that awesome? So that Gatorade one fits a bunch of those. Now we've got 2 more. All right, guys, another giveaway going. Some more seeds. Jump in there. And then watch for this. Then we've got these. This is the ones we started with when we were making prototypes and trying to figure all this out, how all these lids work. And this was one of our first ones. So we're going to toss a couple of these in. These little cereal bowls like this. These fit in it perfect. So we're going to toss a couple of those in. So if you have a bunch of these, like a 6-pack of these, this is the same adapter that's in the middle there. So in this kit, you've got like, you're going to have like 4. If you can get 4 of those, and you can put up 4 just like this. 1, there's another one. That's a pea shoot. So you can grow all kinds of stuff. You can have this growing with this kit right here. Now, the last thing we're going to do is seeds. This is the peas. It's speckled peas, like you saw right here. This is to get you started. Broccoli. It's one of the healthiest ones. This is tot soy, which is like the pak choy that you've seen us growing back here. This is cinnamon flavored basil. It's like basil, except it's got a cinnamon flavor, something very cool. And this is something you probably would not go and buy on your own. It's really expensive, and you're not going to find it in any store near you. So this is something that's like cool that, you know, you get to experiment with that you probably otherwise wouldn't have done. This is cress, which is a cut and come again, and this is a healthy one too. We'll talk about that later if you want. This is fenugreek. This is an Indian spicer called methi. This is amaranth, the garnet, the red one that you see here that's just growing like crazy. And this is cilantro. All right. So we're going to get this started. We're going to start this at $5. And we've got these seeds. Every time somebody bids, I'm going to throw more seeds in the little bucket here so you can see it. All right. And we're going to do a couple of these. And I'm sorry if I missed. I purchased the microgreen seeds from True Leaf. Awesome. Loving broccoli. Cool deal, Jewel. Just ordered the kit. Awesome. All right. Here we go. $5. And y'all jump in that giveaway. All right. One second. I'm grabbing a handful of seeds. All right, guys, if you're new over here, if you jumped over from YouTube, Facebook, there's going to be a little button at the bottom that says bid. And you just bid up as high as you want. You'll see the bids coming in. All right, ready? Go. $5. I'll throw another pea in there. Get started. 7, 9, 21. Ooh, somebody bid 21, 24. More cilantro. More amaranth. 37. More cress. That's more of that basil. And put tot soy, tot soy. If we go over 50, I got a little wheel here. We'll spin the wheel. All right. 45. How about another pea? Who is that? Divine, you won. Let's see what else we got here. I'll throw you another one in here. Throw you another tot soy. All right, that was box 1. All right, there's all your seeds. Guys, these seeds are the same ones that you use in the garden. Even if you don't grow microgreens and you take this, this is just one packet. See all the seeds? Each one of those is a plant, right? If you're going pak choy, you can have all those growing. That's enough for you, your family, and your friends, just in that one pack, right? If you go buy just a packet at the Home Depot, Lowe's, or whatever, a little single packet, you don't get this much in a little, what is it, $5 pack of seeds. So you're going to get this for here. That's the one advantage to growing. I'm going to toss you another one in here. microgreen seeds, using microgreen seeds and buying it in bulk. Like I said, you can take this if you want to go grow it out yourself. Look at this cilantro. That's a lot of cilantro plants, right? So you can have all the salsa you want all fall long. You can grow this. I'm growing some cilantro right now. I just planted some out in a hydroponic system. That's this one right here. That's all cilantro. This takes a little while longer to germinate, but it's awesome. All right, we're going to put another box together. Selecting a winner. Who is this? David May. Congratulations, Dave. All right, let's put another box together real quick. Like I said, we're just going to have a few boxes tonight, guys, and then we'll do a couple of sudden death. Congrats. Yeah, y'all stick around. We'll have another drawing. Like I said, it's going to go quick tonight. All right, so people who've been in here, you don't really need to see me explain everything, right? Microgreen grower. Got to toss yours back in there. It was in there. It's the next one. Clay pebbles. CC's in it back here. Nutrients for 5 gallons. 2 hybrids. These guys, these sell for $19.99 a piece on Etsy. I'm almost at 10,000 sales. We've sold a lot of these. So those are $19.99 a piece. This one I think is $17.99. This is the long neck one. We're growing like these, the refillable. That's the refillable for your Coke bottles. That's the Gatorade one that also fits these big juice bottles. And then 2 of the Coke bottle adapters. We'll get your seeds. Anybody's just popping in, you're kind of confused, I'll explain what we're doing, but I just don't want to get everybody bored listening to me say the same thing over and over and over again. Alrighty, guys. It starts at $5. Every time somebody bids, I'll throw some more seeds in there. Ready, go. 7, 8. Cilantro. More basil. That's basil. More broccoli. More peas. How about tatsoi? 35, 39. More cilantro. More of the amaranth. That's amaranth over there. Hey, we'll go over 50. 56. There's another one. We'll spin the wheel real quick. We're at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congrats, Jewel. You know what, Jewel? If we go over $50, I'm going to try this out. We might not do this every show, but we're going to try it here. Can y'all see that? All right, if it goes over $50, we're going to spin. See if you win something, all right? Where's that at? Purple, Leca. You get extra hydrogen. So we've got, that's extra clay pebbles. So you can get another one set up. This is 1 adapter, 2 adapters. So you get an extra 1, 2, 3 adapters, or extra nutrients, or extra seeds. So if it goes over $50, I go ahead and you get the extra clay pebbles in there to get you started. And all the seeds. All right, we're going to pack it up again. Hey, thank you. No problem. Thank you. When y'all get started, I want to see what y'all are doing. Y'all join my Facebook group. Keep on growing. Look on Facebook. And when you start growing stuff, post some pictures in there. And if you have any questions, you can always go in that group and make a post and just ask a question. And everybody jumps in there and helps each other. And they all answer questions in that before I even get in there sometimes. Here's a little sticker. This takes you to my YouTube channel with all these videos. There's dozens of videos on self-watering adapters. And this is the Amazon shop where you can find the clay pebbles and nutrients and all of that when you need some more. Or you can just contact me and I'll tell you where to go, how to get it. We'll put that in a bigger box for you since you want the extra clay pebbles. All right, one more box, guys. We put that. Here we go again. You guys on YouTube and Facebook, we have lots of giveaways over here. Hey guys, more seeds. Hey, giveaways running. Let me put together another box for you so you guys can get growing all of this. This one's an orange one. All right, got your microgreen grower. Got your clay pebbles. Got enough nutrients for 5 gallons. You're gonna have 2 of the hybrids, fit your mason jars and your Coke bottles. There's $19.99 a piece. Get 2 of those. You can have your refillables, the one for the long neck glass bottles, the one for the plastic bottles. Just goes in like that so you can refill it, put it back in. Gatorade bottle, fits your Gatorade bottles. I think Powerade too. It also fits all these big jugs. And 2 of your Coke bottles. And a bunch of seeds. You got top soy, basil, peas, broccoli, cilantro. You're gonna get one of these, amaranth. Isn't that pretty? All right, $5. And every time somebody bids, you get more seeds. All right, there you go, $5. 6, 7. We're at 9, 10, 11, 12. What do you do? I'll answer your question in just a second or I'll lose count here, all right? I'm trying to keep up with this and then I'll get to your question. 37. If you go over 50, we'll spin the wheel. You get something extra over 50. There's another cilantro. Over 50, we're going to go spin the wheel when we get done. We're at 58, 63. 3, 2, 1. Where we at? 68. Somebody got another one in there. 73. There's another one. Throw you another P in there. Another speckle P. Who's winning there? Legacy. Oh, somebody sniped. Somebody got another one in there. There's another one. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set. Bev. Congratulations. All right, let's spin the wheel for you. Let's see what else you won. Let's see. What is your YouTube channel? It's Keep On Growing. And the growing is with no G at the end. GROWIN. That's enough seeds to start a garden. Great variety. Awesome. All right, let's spin the wheel. This one, like I said, I just got this. So you guys are the first ones we're trying it on. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can see it up there. I'll spin it right here. Ready? What'd you win? You get an extra adapter. And we're going to throw you an extra adapter in there. We'll throw you a hybrid in there. It's like an extra $19.99. No problem. Thank you. All right, one more. I've got, like I said, we sold a bunch of our microgreen growers. I can have a little box with just adapters and seeds, but as far as the big boxes like this, I've made a video on YouTube and Facebook, and they kind of wiped us out. Woo! So we're waiting for more supplies to come in. I was wanting to keep one of these just in case I get another order when we're online. If I need to, I can use that one, but if not, we're gonna put this one in here. That's your microgreen grower. Your clay pebbles, nutrients, enough for 5 gallons. Here's your 2 hybrid adapters. And somebody asked a question about the nutrients. Pop that question back in. That's a great problem to have. Yeah, running out. Yeah, it sure is. We really appreciate it. That's your refillable. That's another refillable for the plastic bottles. That's the Gatorade one. So guys, you're having all these different adapters. And that's 2 for the Coke bottles, so that you go into your recycling bin or your pantry, whatever, you're going to find something just about whatever you have. You're going to be able to put some stuff together. And in whatever dish, whether you have little cereal bowls or baking dishes or what have you, right? All right, let's put seeds in here. Peas, basil, top soy, broccoli, amaranth. And we're going to maybe run out of some of these seeds, but we'll get you guys, whoever's getting these, is getting like the last of them for right now. All right, guys, ready? 5 minutes, $5. And go. Ready? $5. And a little amaranth, more top soy, more of the amaranth. You got top soy and broccoli. We got 40, more cilantro, more top soy. So 40, 44. There's another one. And if it goes over 50, we'll spin the wheel. 48, 50. We're going to spin the wheel. You get more basil. And top soy 52. Where are we at? 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, Shirley. Congratulations. Got you another one. All right, guys, let me look and see if any orders came in when we were streaming. If not, I got one more. I can put one more box together. Let me see if I got any orders come in. And then we'll do a couple of rapid fire if anybody's just interested in just the adapter. Especially you guys like who got these. If you want to add a couple of adapters in there, I'm going to sell a couple really cheap here. Here's all your seeds. Right, Shirley? And we're going to spin the wheel. All right, let's see what else you win. Shirley gets spin the wheel. Where we at? Oh my God. You get 3 adapters. And grab 3 different adapters for you. All right, Shirley. Thank you so much. No problem. We're going to put this in a bigger box. It's not going to all fit. I can get you another one of these. Like I said, that's a $19.99 adapter. You got another one of those. And then another one of the Coke bottle adapters. So you've got like 3 of those. And this you're going to be able to put together like 6 or 8. And the Gatorade one. All right. You get all those extra ones in there. I like that. Do y'all like the wheel? My son's not going to like it when he comes to help me pray. He's going to go, where'd all the adapters go? All right, one more. Let me check real quick, all right? Because I've got some more coming in Monday, or maybe even tomorrow. It depends on Amazon. You guys hanging out over on YouTube and Facebook, you guys doing all right? How does this work? Sheena, you have to get on Whatnot. I've got my link pinned at the top on YouTube in the pinned comment. You go over to Whatnot and you get a $15 credit. So like if somebody was bidding on this and it was $50, they would get $15. You can get $15. Or I think you have to go in to buy it now. So I've got the adapters. I got a pair of adapters for $15 in my shop. So you can basically go in and go pick this up for free. You just got to pay for shipping. It's about $5 and taxes if there's any in the state you're at. All right, one more giveaway, guys, and then one more box. I got one more container there, and this is giveaway here. So I'll get the giveaway going. And you guys on YouTube and Facebook, I'll come on over there and explain it a little more. Let me get these guys all set. You're having a show tomorrow night. Yes, yeah, I have one more tomorrow night. And everything depends on like my wife and things. So tentatively, I've been on every Saturday for the last 2 months. So hopefully 8 o'clock Eastern. All right, guys, giveaways going right now on Whatnot. Y'all got to jump on over to Whatnot. All you have to do is click on it, get in the giveaway. That's going to be more seeds. And this, we're going to put together this last box of the night, guys. And then we have to wait for more stuff to come in. This one's like a seafoam green or something. In fact, it's this one, this color right here. That's what you need to grow pea shoots. You could do this. You could start a business and just sell this to chefs. They love this stuff. You see me up there harvesting it. And then this is extra like organic matter that I use for compost. And you grow all of that with no nutrients or anything. Here's your clay pebbles. Here's your nutrients. Running low. Here's the adapters. All right, so we've got all of these. Got 7 adapters. Like I said, these run from $19.99 on my Etsy shop. I sell them all day long for that much. You got 2 hybrids. These work for your mason jars, your regular mouth, and your wide mouth. They've also got the adapter in the middle for your Coke bottles. So it fits 2 different. So this is like a 2-for-1 here. This your refillables. This for the long neck glass bottles, like you see right there. That's for your plastic bottles. This your Gatorade bottle that fits these big juice bottles too. And that's a couple of Coke bottles. In case you got a bunch of these sitting around. Everybody buys these in like a 6-pack or 8-pack, right? Now we're going to get some seeds, microgreen seeds. And folks, this is the last one of the night. We're going to start you with 8 packs of seeds. Start at $5. Every time somebody bids, we're going to throw some more in. We got 3 minutes on the giveaway. We'll have time to run this. Ready? $5. Start auction. $5. More peas. Amaranth. Hot soy, broccoli, fenugreek, cress. More amaranth. Broccoli, more top soy. If it goes over 50, we'll be spinning the wheel. More amaranth. That's amaranth that's up there. 4, 3, 2, 1. What do we got here? More broccoli, 52. We went over. We're going to spin the wheel. Awesome. How about this? More peas for you. More speckled peas. Who's winning? Deborah, 57. Somebody jumped in there. Shirley, back 57. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shirley won again. Awesome. All right, guys, that was my last microgreen box. We can do a couple of quick fire. Sudden death only takes 5 seconds to bid. So you can only get up so high in 5 seconds, right? So I like that. We did that last week. There you go. Shirley, let's spin the wheel again. We're on over $50. I'm gonna be using this. I have this again tomorrow night. Ready? Where we at? Oh my God, that's twice. I'm gonna go broke. You won 3 more adapters. Let me go get your adapters. Shirley, you won 3 more. So here's another one. Right? That's a hybrid. It's another Coke bottle. And that's another Gatorade one. So you got 3 extra ones in there. Shirley's going to be busy. Yeah, she is. Now I'm going to need bigger boxes. Shirley, I think you've got 2. I might be able to take all of these and bag them up and stack them up. I might be able to put all of these into one box. And I think that saves you on shipping and that. All right, guys, let's do some sudden death. All right, this will be back out tomorrow. That's an air bro. Congratulations. You want some seeds. And we'll keep the giveaway thing going up there. So if we start the sudden death, yay, you got some more seeds. Cool deal. What do you call it? If you guys see the gnome pop back up, we'll go ahead and put them back on. But look, we did this last week, and some people got a good deal. They got to have some of this. We're going to do sudden death. This is going to be 5 seconds, and we'll run through a couple of these. And these bundles, so if you watch down below, we'll have the shipping. So if you haven't bought anything, if you buy one, it's going to be like $4 or $5 or something like that. And then the next one, it'll keep adding up until it gets to $9.21, and then it'll kind of max out until you get to 5 pounds. And I think you can get about 10 or 12 of these in a box for under 5 pounds. So you can bid up to that. So you see the price down there will say shipping. After you get a couple, then it'll say free, and it'll bundle it. And if you already bought one of the bigger boxes, it'll just add it into that. What we'll do is we'll pack it in a little bigger box and put it in. So that's what I like about Whatnot. They kind of bundle things, and it kind of saves you on shipping, because that medium-sized box, if you go up USPS, that costs $21. And right now it's only $9.21 on Whatnot. And the large flat rate box, if you go Google that on USPS, is $29.99. And if we pack it all in here for you, you're only getting charged $9.21. So it's a pretty cool deal. So we're going to do a couple of rapid fire things here real quick. All right. And then we'll stop. If there's a giveaway, I'll run another giveaway, and then we'll get back at it. Let me take one sip, guys, because I've been talking straight. All right. Like I said, so this is going to be 5 seconds. So you got to get your fingers ready. You want the water below the surface of the pebbles? Yes. Tell you what, let me run through a couple of these. It won't take but a couple of minutes, and we'll have Q&A again. Okay. Okay, I will try that. Yeah, we'll do a little Q&A. Okay, you're answering for K-Runs. Yeah, we'll do a little Q&A after that. All right, guys, this is going to be 5 seconds. And we'll run through a couple of them. It's going to be sudden death. Right? Ready? Go. $2, $3, $4, $5. Congratulations. $19.99. You got it for $5. All right, another one. Here we go. $2. 3, 4, 5, $7. Good pickup. Good pickup. There we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. $6. Congratulations. Here we go. Another one. This is the hybrid. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. $6. Good pickup. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. $8. Good pickup. Awesome. Yeah, this is the one you can use the regular mouth mason jar or the Coke bottle will fit on it. Here, I'll put those here so you can see. It works with both of these. Here we go again. Ready? Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. $7. Good deal. All right, y'all want another giveaway? I got another adapter. We'll give away an adapter, okay? Let me start the giveaway. All right, get in the giveaway. Get in the giveaway. And don't blink because this is going to be 5 seconds. That's one more. That's it. That's adapter. You guys, YouTube and Facebook, you got to get over to Whatnot. All right, here we go. Ready? 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. $6. Good deal. Good deal. Here we go again. There we go. Run another one. 4, 3, 2, 1. $5. Awesome pickup. What is that? Number 8. One more. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. $5. One more. We're at 10. Hold on. All right. Making sure I got 10. See, we got to ship these out. I don't have time to print them. I have to run what we have. Here we go. One more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. $7. Cool deal. All right. Let me get it. Let me get a count on those. Let me do a couple. Would y'all like? Got a couple of the refillable ones. This is the one. This is the one that fits into here. And it's refillable. That's the one that we grew this amaranth with. It's kind of hard to see because this is red and this is brown, but that bottle is right there. We also grew this one right here. Here you go. See, this bottle's empty, right? This is what we're doing here. Let me fill a little bit of nutrients in here. I'll show you how easy this is, guys. We can do sudden death with these too. I got a couple of those. All right, see, and then we just fill it up, right? And that is this is in the middle of that. All I do is look to where that is, drop it in like that, and see it stops because it finds its level. And now it's going to go another 3 or 4. Even when it gets this big, it's going to go another 3 or 4 days without having to do anything. All right, we're going to run some of these if anybody wants. And if you don't want, you don't have to bid. This is just to help y'all out so you can pick up. Like I said, I sell these. I'll sell them on Etsy all day long. So I sell them for $19.99. This one I sell for $17.99. And we got to buy one, get one free. But that sale, I think I told them that was ending this week. So you guys can get a good deal over here. Ready? I'm going to start this one at $1. 5 seconds, sudden death. Ready, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. $8. Good deal. Divine, congratulations. Ready, steady, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. $7. Who's that? Tear Bear, congratulations. I'm gonna stop ringing the bell. I want to irritate you guys to ring the bell like 100 times here. All right, here we go. One more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I almost caught y'all there. $5. Great pickup, Josh. Good deal. Here we go. Another one. Ready? Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. $6. Who is that? Pamela. Congratulations. Ready? Another one. 3, 2, 1. $5. Awesome. One more. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. $4. Great pickup. Great pickup. Here we go again. 4, 3, 2, 1. $5. Jenna, congratulations. One more. Ready? 4, 3, 2, 1. $4. Congratulations. Hold on one second. How many is that? 8. I think there's 10 down there in the box. Giveaway. Mac Attack. Mac Attack was here from the beginning. Congratulations. You won yourself an adapter. I got a box up for you. There's a pack of tot soy seeds in there too. All right, guys, ready? 5 seconds. Ready? 2 more. Ready? Go. $3. Divine. Awesome. $3. One more. One more. Ready? Steady, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. $4. Deborah, congratulations. Alrighty, guys, cool deal. So y'all picked up, that gave you all a chance to pick up a couple extra ones. Alrighty. All right, guys. Yeah, we're gonna have to regroup and see what I've got. I'm waiting for more of the microgreen grows to come in. Like I said, that's dependent on Amazon. If they show up on time tomorrow. And we got to get more seeds packed up. We were really hit like from last week. And then we have all these orders that came in. I put the videos out. That's why we're out of the microgreen grows. Just we got a lot of orders in for that. So we'll be packing tomorrow night and recouping and be back on at Saturday at 8 p.m. Y'all pop in here at 8 o'clock and we're going to start with a demonstration. We're going to actually be putting some of these together. I got some stuff cleaned out and I need to replant some. We're going to harvest. Some of these need to be harvested. And look at this. It's our experiment. We just keep letting this radish go and go and go. Look how big those leaves are. And look at the colors. Let me get close with whatnot here. You guys were here last week. Look at colors on that. Couldn't you take that and make a nice garnish? You can stir fry that. This is because this is the baking dish, right? This is with your pea gravel. And this is with a mason jar. I know you can't really see it, but there's a mason jar down in there. Now this one's gone and gone and gone. That mason jar is not refillable. And all I did was just add some water or nutrients. I just poured it right beside of the mason jar just to keep this one going. So this is an experiment. This is what you can do. You know, that's like a potted plant, right? Believe it or not, guys, all of that came from like one little packet of seeds. I think I got some radish. Here's, I only had a few radish left. Can you grow them outside under shade? Yeah, I'm definitely under. I've got what I call a shade house, and I keep all my plants in there, especially like the plastic bottles. You don't want to sit those out in direct sun and get everything real hot. So I have mine growing in the shade. Microgreens don't need a whole lot of light to start. Once they get to this point, when they get about this big, you want to blast them with some light. So definitely have them outside. if you're not under grow lights, and get them a little sun, but don't place them in a direct sun, and these things will just take off. But see that little bit of radish seeds right there? That's what we used to grow this. That's cool. And then that turned into that big monster over there. So what we're going to do is come in tomorrow night. Somebody asked about like the nutrients and changing it and all that. All my stuff, even when I move them into bigger containers, I never change. And that's what they're always telling you on hydroponics. You have to change your water. And to me, plants get used to something. It's kind of like us. We don't like change, right? And the plants get used to it. And what people do is they get a little bit of allergy or they just think it's a week, I need to get rid of it. And they'll dump all the nutrients out and they'll put fresh stuff in and they'll fill it up and the roots will be at a different level. The plants, we'll discuss this in like another video or another live stream. And you're putting the plants in a shock every time you do that, in my opinion. So I've had success just not messing with it, not changing the nutrients and that, and just keep adding to it and what I call maintaining a level. I don't let, even a big container, I don't let it go way down and then fill it way back up. I try to maintain a level. If it a little bit is used up, I just kind of maintain that. My golden rule is between 1/2 and 3/4. That's like the golden area. If you can stay in between there, if you're not going to like just maintain one level, between 1/2 and 3/4 and you're golden. That's how you grow out your plants into bigger, more mature plants. You can take these and now you've got like baby greens. So you're not only growing microgreens, you're growing a bunch of baby greens. So go in the store and go look in the produce section where the lettuce and everything is and see how much like baby greens and stuff are. Guys, let's do one more giveaway when I'm just talking and running my mouth. So anybody that wants to listen to me run my mouth, you can stay in the giveaway. If you've had enough for the night, take off, come back tomorrow night. At the beginning of the stream, we're going to start a demonstration. We're going to be planting some of these out. You can ask your questions there. So it's going to be like a little lesson. It'll be a tutorial in the beginning. If you already know how to do all of this, then you don't have to be here right at 8. Pop in about 8:15, 8:20 or something, all right? So basically, we're going to have like a giveaway. If you want to come in and just listen to me run my mouth and be in a giveaway, pop in here at 8. If not, just come in a little bit later and then you can miss the stuff that, because we're going to be talking beginner, setting these up. And I'm actually going to set them up, guys. You're going to see how fast it is. If you blink, it's just going to be, you're just going to miss it. Let's see, giveaways going. How do clay pebbles, how do you clean clay? You can either, I take mine, I rinse them out. I put them in a 5-gallon bucket, fill it up with water, kind of stir it around to get all the roots and everything out. And I drain mine and set it in. I have a strainer, which is actually, I have a bunch of these. Like you see me growing the pea shoots there. I actually pour my leca in here. I've got a bunch of these laid out. And the water drains. I let them sit in the sun for like a week and just bake. So if they're in the direct sun, the rest of the little roots and that will dry up. You can just kind of mush them around and they'll fall off. And then the sun will kind of sterilize them. Some people like to take it if you want to be real careful, or if you're growing like brassicas, like broccoli and things like that, and they're getting a little bit stinky in that, you can take them and go ahead and boil them. And what I like to do if I do that, I don't do it in the house. I have a little, what do you call it? What's those little camping stoves that you put the little propane tank on it? I got one of those outside in a little pot of water. And when I'm out there messing with the garden, I just turn that on and dump my leca in there, let it kind of boil, and now sterilize it. So you can do that. And before, I've also taken it, put in a 5-gallon bucket and poured a little bleach in it. If you let them go where you're going to grow them out to be like this, then your stuff's going to grow a little bit of algae, which I don't worry about. But you can see this is a little green on there, right? YouTube, Facebook. You see it's a little bit green. I know the light's not good back here, but there's a little bit of algae down here where the water's at. You're not eating this. And this is the beauty about microgreens. If you're doing sprouts, you do it in a jar, right? You put your seeds in here, you rinse it, you dump it out. Come back, you do that a couple times a day. If this is a high moisture environment and stuff might start to grow in there, bacteria and stuff, right? And if it starts to grow, you fill it up with water, you shake it up, it gets all over all the plants. So every day you're taking it and you're getting it all over your entire crop. And here, if stuff starts to happen, it starts to happen down here. This is never going to get up here. This stays down here. And when you go to harvest, you come in here and you trim up here, and this keeps it separate. So lots of states, if you go to sell microgreens or you sell sprouts, they have different laws and different regulations that you have to follow as far as selling microgreens and sprouts. Sprouts are considered more dangerous as far as selling them to the public or you growing them yourself because of the inherent danger with bacteria and it being in a high moisture environment. With this, whether you're using soil, clay pot, whatever your grow medium is, it stays down here and your growing stuff is up here. So that's the beauty of this. That's what you do is you keep your water level. The adapter keeps you at a certain level. You make your grow medium a little bit taller than that. So the top level of your grow medium stays dry. And then that cuts down on your mold and mildew issues. I mean, look at this. This is another one. You saw how big that other radish was. This one right there. It's another one in a baking dish. This is another one just like that one, and it's about a week and a half younger than that one. Isn't that awesome? This amaranth, this one right here, just keeps growing. It actually went to seed. And there's a couple little seeds on it. So we actually took that one all the way to harvest. But this is something you can't do in the regular microgreen growers. If you go look and they tell you to get a tray and you put soil in it and you squash down the soil and you put your seeds on it, blah, blah, blah. You know, you put another tray on top, you weight it. They're putting weights. None of this stuff was weighted. I don't weight stuff, right? And you go through all of this stuff and then you have to harvest it 7 to 10 days, right? Look at this. It just keeps growing. So we went from the microgreen stage all the way to this. This is amaranth. This is a high protein plant. They use this in third world countries and that as an alternative to meat. If they don't have enough cattle and stuff to feed like a village, they'll grow amaranth. Where can you buy? Pam, if you just click on my icon right there, I've got some things in the store and you can do that, or you can come back tomorrow at Saturday at 8 p.m. We're going to be having another auction. I usually have more than this. We usually go for about a couple of hours, but since I put a video out on YouTube and Facebook, I got wiped out with the microgreen growers, and then we did the sudden death with the adapter, so we got to print some more up. So we'll be back on here tomorrow. Let's see, can you bake them? Yeah, you can definitely bake them. Here we go. There's a giveaway winner. Divine. Is it Divine or TLE Vine? T Levine. Am I getting that right? Congratulations. You won another packet of seeds. All right, guys. So appreciate y'all. I have lots of fun over here. I love this app and that. And what do you call it? Sooner or later, we'll get enough. We have a small work area. Otherwise, I could just have stuff like packed up here. Shirley, good night. Yeah, everybody who needs to go, you can run. What do you call it? Let's go raid somebody really quick. All right. So this is going to pop us over to another live stream. We'll have some fun, and then we'll be back tomorrow night. We're going to have a tutorial in the beginning. So if you got questions, pop in at 8 p.m. If you have no questions and you just want to get some adapters and some kits, then pop in maybe about 8:15, unless you want to, just hang around for the giveaways. All right, let's go see who is up. Is Chrome City? No. Discount Foods. All right, let's go check PLD again. Y'all like the candy stream? All right, let's go get some candy. Good night, guys. I love you. Hey guys, YouTube, Facebook, thanks. Good night. Do you sell seeds on Etsy? No, I don't. That's why I like Whatnot. What we're doing. Basically, the seeds are free. We're selling the adapters, and I'm just throwing in like we've got the nutrients and the clay pebbles, and we throw seeds in there. And then every time somebody bids, we throw. It's just like a bunch of free seeds. It's like an add-on, and it's something different that I can't do on Etsy. So over there, I could just, I think the kit that I have, I put together 8 of these, and we put that in the kit. So this just like basically like a little 3-pack of microgreen seeds samples. Uh, I just did seed. I'm not a seed company, and if I did that, I would get so many orders that all I would be doing, me, my sons, or our whole family would just be sitting around packing. That take all of our time. So we don't really sell the seeds. We just sell that one kit, and we like Whatnot where we can just like throw them on, and then some people gotten like a gallon full of bag full of seeds. It's pretty cool. So, hi, what did I miss? Amanda, hey, we were just on Whatnot. I was just letting people know. So, you guys, if you're going over, I think, sorry, I had my banner up here and I took off. We'll do this tomorrow, but there's a QR code. You can either scan the QR code, or if you went up to on YouTube, the pinned comment has Whatnot, and in the description too. So we're over on Whatnot, and I was just doing an auction, and I've been doing that for like 2 months. I love it over there. And then at the end, when you hear like we're going to a raid, what happens is everybody that's in there, we jump over to another live stream, and this is where like I bought a bunch of candy and stuff. But they've got all kinds of stuff. I'll explain that a little bit more. Listen, tomorrow I'll jump on here. I try to jump on a little earlier before I go on to Whatnot. But when I start Whatnot, it will be a tutorial. So if you guys got any questions about like all these microgreen growers and how to do this, I'm going to have like a live demo. Some of y'all have seen it. We're going to be putting together some of these, right? So yeah, cereal bowl. I've got some of those. We're going to be putting together some of these. And I think I've got not this round baking dish. I've got a couple of different square ones. Different. I'm going to show you that you can do it with just about anything, any container in your kitchen. All right. So we've got a couple of different containers. This one's with the Gatorade. I think I've got a couple of Gatorade bottles over there. So tomorrow at 8 p.m., we're going to jump on, and I'm going to start with demonstrations and Q&A before we even start selling stuff on Whatnot. So the people over there, you guys have seen some of my videos and that, right? The people over on Whatnot, it's just like people coming in because just like you're on YouTube and you go and you browse for videos over there on Whatnot. When you see a live stream, you go in, people are bidding on stuff and buying things. And then you go back to the homepage and there's all these live streams. So some people are just popping in, never even heard of microgreens or anything, right? So I got to do a lot of educating over there. So when I start tomorrow night, I'm going to start off with some demonstrations. And so if you guys have questions about any of it, I keep going that way. If you guys have any questions about it, just pop in tomorrow at 8 p.m. And bring your questions and then learn how to grow some microgreens like the easy way. Alrighty, guys. Thanks, Mike. Good night. Good night, Tiffany. And you emailed me, right? All right, guys. Much love. We'll catch you tomorrow.